Good morning, afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're connecting from. I welcome you to today's live stream. So excited to have you in today's live stream. I hope trading has been good this week. I hope it's been profitable. You can hear me loud and clear. Please drop a comment. I want to be sure you can hear me loud and clear. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Also confirm you can see my screen. Also confirm you can see my screen. Good morning, Mr. Peps. How are you doing today? Good morning, Daniel. All right. What pairs are you considering trading today? I'd like to know in the comment section. Mr. Daniel, Mr. Joseph, what pairs are you considering trading today? And I'd also like to know your bias on those pairs. Okay. So today is 27th November 2025. And I don't think there's any major news today. I don't think. Let's confirm. Okay, so as you can see, there is no major news today. No major news will be released today, and I think tomorrow also there is no major news for the United States dollar. Okay, no major news for the dollar today and tomorrow. So there's a high probability that the technical outlook will play out. Okay, there's a high probability that the technical outlook will play out. Okay, so let's go straight to the chart. The only news we have tomorrow is coming from Canada. That's gross domestic product by 2:30 p.m. Okay, so let's go to the chart. So we'll start by looking at dollar index. Now, just by looking at the chart, you can tell that dollar is bullish, right? You can tell that dollar is bullish just by looking at the structure here. You can see it's been forming series of higher high and higher low. You can see we have this low, we have this high, we have this higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Okay, and the liquidity residing at this previous high was cleared. So there's a high probability that dollar might come for this high because this is an area of liquidity. There's a high probability that dollar will come for the liquidity residing at this okay, at this highs. Okay, that's using structure. Okay, you can see that the trend is bullish. Then if you use your trend line from this swing low, okay, you can see the trend line is bullish. Okay, this is a bullish trend line. You can see that the markets close below it, and it's likely going to close above it. So if it closes above the trend line, it means the trend, you can see, after it crossed this is the trend line, it crossed it, see the pattern that formed here. So anything that makes us close above this trend line, there's a high probability that dollar index would go for the liquidity residing at this previous high. So my advice on dollar, okay, if you've not bought dollar, okay, since the market opened, I would advise you wait for price to pull back. Okay, you can see it has created the fair value gap here. It has created the fair value gap here. So I would advise you wait for price to pull back to this fair value gap before you buy. That is my take on the dollar. Okay, wait for price to pull back to this fair value gap before you buy dollar. That's my take for the dollar. So for today's market, my bias for the dollar is bullish. my bias for the dollar is bullish. Okay, my bias for the dollar is bullish. Okay, let's look at yen basket before we look at currency pairs. Okay, Mr. Peps, have you executed gold? Mr. Peps, are you selling gold now? If you're selling gold now, I'd like to know why you're selling. Okay, yen basket. Why are you selling gold now? Yes, though gold should be bearish. But I'd like to know, have you executed the trade or you're still waiting for the right time to sell? I'd like to know. So this is yen. Yen basket is still bearish. Yen is still bearish. Let's start with the daily time frame. Okay, so let's get the average. Let's get the average for today. Let's get the average for today. Okay. Let's get the average candle. Okay. 5798 plus 5706. Okay, so we divide it by 2. 5752. That's the average. 57. Okay, so you can see. Can you see that? 5752. You can see that the market has tested. Can you see that? 5752. The market has tested our average value. 5752. That's our average value. Okay, so that's a sell. The market has tested that level. And I also think there's a fair value gap that was created at that point. I also feel there was a fair value gap that was created. You can see this. I think we have a fair value gap here. Okay, let's go down to, I think there's a fair value gap that was created here. Let's see. Okay, so you can see we have this tiny fair value gap. Can you see this fair value gap? There's a tiny fair value gap here. Can you see that? You have to shine your eyes to see it. Okay, you can see that could also be the reason for this retracement. So this is a sell on yen. This is a sell on yen. Okay, so my bias for yen today is bearish. Okay, you can see this fair value gap that was created here. Okay, you can see this fair value gap that was created here. So my bias for yen is bearish. It is bearish. Okay, so look for buys on yen pairs. Look for buys on yen pairs. Look for buys on yen pairs. I believe you all can hear me. You can hear me. You can hear me. Confirm you can hear me. Please give the video a thumbs up. Can you all hear me? Please confirm you can still hear me. Confirm you can still hear me. Give the video a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. Mr. Joseph, please, I'd like to know what price did you buy gold or sell gold? Drop the price. What price do you sell gold? I'd like to know, Mr. Joseph. Drop it. All right. So that's my bias for yen. Yen, I am bearish. Dollar, I am bullish. I am bullish on the dollar. So let's go to GBPS. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, drop it in the comment section. So GBP USD has been selling. As you can see, because dollar is bullish, GBP USD has been selling. It's been selling, and this would have been the best entry for GBP USD after this shooting star candle. After the shooting star candle, after the close of this bearish candle, this would have been the best entry. So if you have missed this entry on GBP USD, best you wait for price to pull back to this fair value gap. Wait for price to pull back to this fair value gap before you sell. This will be the best area to consider selling. This will be the best area to consider selling. Okay? Mr. Joseph, please, I would like to know your entry price for gold. Okay, this will be the best price to sell. Okay, now let's go to daily. Let's get the average value for GBP USD. Now, the market opened the average value, which indicates that we should look for buy. Okay, it indicates bullish sentiment because the market opened above the average. We look for buy. Okay, but as we can see on DXY is bullish. You understand? DXY is bullish. So now, if the market opened above the average price, we expect price to go and test the average before we buy. So if at all you're considering buying GBP USD today, let's get the average value 1.3164 plus 1.3238 divide, this is 1.3201. I hope I'm correct. So that's the average value for GBP USD. So there's a high probability that price is coming to test that level. So if you're considering buying, 1.3201. If you want to risk buying, you should wait for price to test that level. That's where price is heading to right now, 3201. Can you see it? This is the average, 3201. 3201. And the reason you shouldn't have bought from the opening of the market, the reason you shouldn't have bought, if we go left, you can see that we had this fair value gap. Can you see this? The reason most people would have jumped in and start buying after the opening of today's candle, most would have jumped in and start buying. But I did advise that if the market opened above the average price, 10 pips above the average price, you should wait for price to pull back to the average before you risk taking a buy. Wait for price to pull back to the average before you risk taking a buy. And you can see that the market opened almost 30 pips, 3201, and the market opened at 3239. That's like 40 pips above the entry. 40 pips above the entry. That is where the market opened. So close to like 40 pips above the entry. So in such case, you don't just jump in and start buying. You should wait for price to pull back if at all you want to risk buying. Okay. And like I said, another reason you shouldn't have entered buy is the fact that price is at a fair value gap. You can see this retracement now. This fair value gap is what is going to hold the price. You can see. So as far as I'm concerned, GBP USD is at a premium area. This fair value gap, I see it as a premium area. And so you can see that GBP USD started buying from this point. If you had wanted to make good money buying GBP USD, you would have bought GBP USD from this level. So if you didn't buy GBP USD from this level, I don't think it would be wise to buy at this level. Okay, I don't think it would be wise to buy at this level. The best area to consider buying will be at a discount. So all you need to do in this case is apply your Fibonacci from this swing low to this swing high. And you can see that we have this tiny fair value gap here. Okay, that could be the next draw on liquidity. This fair value gap here could be the next draw on liquidity. This fair value gap could be the next draw liquidity. Yes, the opening and the closing price. That's what I'm using. The opening and the closing price divided by 2, you get the average price. Okay, you get the average price. So if you look at what we have on a daily time frame, this was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Just do a back test. Do a back test using average price. On Monday, this was Monday. If you calculate the average price for Monday, the market opened up the average price. And you can see we had a little week. That week was to retest the average value of Monday. If you go on Tuesday, we had this on Tuesday, calculate the average price. The market opened above the average, but before the market went bullish yesterday was Wednesday, yeah, you can see that price retraced back. It retraced back. I think it even went below the average price. That was because of the major news that was released. There was a spike after the news got released yesterday. So it went below the average price and later closed above the average price. You can see that. So you can see that this has been playing out. Even today, if you had bought from this point, at least you would have made from this point, which is 3236 to 3236 to 3267. That's about 30 pips. That's about 30 pips. But I always advise that you wait for price to pull back to the average value before you buy. Okay, so that is it for GBP USD. GBP USD is going to sell, but this is not the right time to sell. Patiently wait for price to retrace. Patiently wait for price, you can see. Patiently wait for price to retrace to this level before you buy. You sell, please. Sell from this area, please. If you are selling from the current market price now, you're taking a very high risk. You're taking a very high risk. So wait for price to pull back to this zone. And then this should be your target. Okay? This should be your target. And if you are selling from this zone, if you're selling from this stop loss should be few pips, let's say 10 pips above this area, 10 pips above this area. And once the market moves in your direction and closes below the daily average value, you can now adjust your stop loss maybe 20 pips above the daily average value. That is my plan for GBP USD. Okay, I want to wait, see price pull back to this zone, then execute the sell, stop loss few pips above this. That shouldn't be more than maybe 30 pips. And once the market closes above the daily average value, I will now adjust my stop loss maybe 10 or 15 pips above the average day value. It's that simple. Don't complicate things. Okay, don't complicate things. So that's my take on GBP USD. That's my take on GBP USD. Please give the video a thumbs up if you haven't done that. And if it's the first time joining the live stream, please do subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. Okay, so let's move on to Euro USD. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, please let me know in the comment section. I hope gold has not left me. I was looking for opportunity to sell gold. Let me see what's happening on gold. Gold, please don't leave. Easy. Gold has left me. Oh, I missed this move. I missed this move. Oh, gold has left me. This is where I should have entered sell. Wow. Let's see. So let's see if it will retrace back to this level. I missed it. I had a plan for gold, but I was distracted. So let's see if it will pull back to this level. Okay. I was distracted. Not bad. Okay, so GBP Euro USD. See, one of the reasons that I missed that move now. This class is one of the reasons. Those of you who say mentors should not charge you for their time, you can see how much I've lost money not taking that trade. I just hope it reverses. Euro USD also, you can see the pattern we have on Euro USD is similar to what we have on GBP USD. Euro USD has been selling, and this would have been the best time to sell. If you have not sell, you shouldn't sell now. You didn't sell from this point. Don't sell from this point. This is about 25. Yeah. This is about 25 pips from this point. Don't sell now. Don't sell now. Don't sell. Wait for price to pull back to a premium area. Okay, you can see this fair value gap. This would be a very good entry. So this fair value gap will be a good entry for sell. Don't execute now. Wait for price, and if you are selling, your first target could be this low. Yeah, this should be your first target. Okay, that should be your first target. So patiently wait for price to retrace back this fair value gap. Selling from the current market price, very high risk. See, very high risk. So patiently wait. If you sell from this point, your stop loss will be at this point, 161315. That's about 40 something pip risk, 40 something pip. Not too bad, not too bad, but it's best to wait for price to pull back to this zone before you sell. I hope that is clear. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, please just let me know in the comment section. So that's it for Euro USD. I'm not happy I missed this move on gold. Gold is bearish. Gold is likely going to come and sweep all this. Mr. Joseph, suppose give me updates now. You know, give me updates. Only you don't the chops profit on gold. You suppose give me updates. Okay, so if you get the average of gold, yesterday candle, market opened, and now the market has tested, I think it has tested the average value, right? I think it has tested the average value. So we could see a little rejection from that area. Okay, we could see a little rejection from the average value. That's 4130.2 plus 4162.5. 4146.35. 4146.35. I think it has tested that level. 4146.35. Okay, 414. So you can see the market has tested. Can you see that? Can you see that? A lot of people would have entered buy because the market opened above the average, but you can see the difference is much. On gold, this is over 100 pips. 100 pips on gold, you can see over 100 pips. So you shouldn't have bought from this point. You should have waited for price to pull back. And another reason you shouldn't have bought gold, though the market opened above the average, is the fact that if you apply your Fibonacci tool on this previous range, you can see that market is at a area. So it will not be nice to buy at a premium area. As a premium area, you should be looking for sells and buy. Someone said on one of the groups that I'm in that he would be buying from 4160, and I'm like, why are you buying at a premium price? Why are you buying at a premium price? Even if your bias is buy, wait for a strong retracement. A retracement to, you can see this fair value gap we have on gold, this fair value gap. There's a high probability that price might pull back to fill this fair value gap. Price might pull back to fill this fair value gap. So why buy at a premium price? I don't know. It definitely has its own strategy that is trading. So let me not conclude. Gold can still buy, right? It can still buy. It can still buy. It can still buy. But technically, even if it will buy from this point, even if it will continue buying from this point, it's not the best time and price to buy. If you didn't buy from this point, if you didn't buy after the formation of this hammer, then this one, why buy from this point? It doesn't make, I don't think that's a good investment. Okay, so that's it for gold. Which other pair do you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. So Mr. Joseph, you entered at 416. 3. Yeah, by now it should be in profit of close to 100 pips. 4163. The market is at 4154. Close to 100 pips. Close to 100 pips. That's good. That's good. Don't worry, we'll join you. We'll join you. But we need to see a retracement to premium before we take that trade. Okay. We need to see a retracement. It's already played out. I'll wait for this 4 hour to close. I'll wait for 4 hour candle to close. This candle will close by 11. Okay, close by 11. That's when I'll take my trade. Any question? Any question? Any question? Let me know in the comment section. I hope you guys can you still hear me? Can you guys still hear me? I believe you guys can hear me. Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? Let's see GBP JPY. GBP JPY. Okay. So if we are bearish on yen, we should be looking for buys on GBP JPY. We should be looking for buys on GBP JPY. Okay, good, 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 good. I love what I'm saying there. Okay, so I think GBP JPY is trying to go test the average of yesterday. Look for your buys at the average of yesterday candle. I think that's what GJ is trying to accomplish. So the high here is 205.45 plus 207.21. 206.33. 206.33. I love what I'm saying on GJ. This is good. You can see the market is approaching the average value for GJ. Okay, so if it's, let's see the pattern we have on. Okay, so there's a high probability it's going to get to this level. You can see this fair value gap. They might also use that opportunity to fill this fair value gap. So this will be a very good area. You can see this fair value gap is in confluence with this resistance down support. You can see this fair value gap. So this will be a very good area to consider buying. Okay, this would be a very good area to consider buying GJ. And if you are buying GJ, your target should be this high. That should be your target if you are buying. So we don't have a bullish reversal pattern on 4 hour time frame. Okay. On 1 hour also, price has been in a range for some time. We had this high of the range and we have this low. So I would love to see price sweep the deciding at this low. I think is this today candle? This is today candle. This is the Asian low. Yeah, this is Asian low. The low of this Asian, I would love to see them sweep the liquidity residing at this Asian low and also fill this fair gap before going bullish. That's my take on GJ. If you have any question, let me know. Let's see Euro Australian dollar. Okay, I said it yesterday that Euro Australian dollar is bearish. It's bearish and it's been bearish. Massive sell on Euro Australian dollar. Massive sell. It's still selling, 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 selling. I don't see Euro Aussie reversing to daily average. So, but this is not the right time to sell, please. This is not the right time to sell. Don't sell Euro Aussie now. Don't sell. You can see this is where you should have sold Euro Aussie. If you didn't, why would you sell at this point? Don't sell, okay? I think Euro Aussie is aiming for this fair value gap. It's coming to fill this fair value gap. So you cannot sell from this point. If you sell from this point, your stop loss is supposed to be this level. This is where you're supposed to set your stop loss, or you set your stop loss here, or you set your stop loss using this height. So if you use any of these levels for your stop loss, you can see that the risk to reward is very low. The risk to reward, if your stop loss is at this level, your risk is higher than the reward. That is why this is not a good time and price to sell Euro or Australian dollar. I hope that is clear. You have any question, let me know in the comment section. Let me know if you have any question. Do you have any question? Let me know in the comment section. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. What pair do you want me to analyze? GBP USD is supposed to buy because the market is trading or opened above our average price. Euro USD is supposed to buy because the market opened above the average price. But if you look at where price is at the moment, price is at a premium area, price is at a fair value gap. And so for that reason, you should not buy. Don't buy until price pulls back to a discount area. Don't buy until price pulls back to a discount area. I hope that is clear. Okay, let me use MT. Okay, so Euro USD has been selling. It's been selling, selling, selling. So if you want to sell Euro USD, wait for price to pull back to this fair value gap. This is where you should look for your sell on Euro USD today. If you have not executed a sell trade on Euro USD, wait for price to pull back to this fair value gap. You can see that there has been several attempts to fill this fair value gap. There has been several attempts. And after the formation of these candles, a lot of retail traders would have executed sell and their stop losses will be at this high. So I see all these highs as liquidity. I see all these highs as liquidity, and there's a high probability they will go for it before the New York session or in New York session. That's my expectation. Okay, so we had a shift in market structure here. Then after shifting market structure that occurred here, this is the low. Shifting market structure, and price is expected to pull back to a premium area. Apply your Fibonacci from this swing high to swing low. Price should pull back to a premium area. We even have a fair value gap here that has not been filled. All these highs also can be used as liquidity. Any question? Do you have any question? have any question, let me know. If you want to sell GBP USD, if you have not executed sell on GBP USD, this would be a very good zone to look for yourself today. Wait for price to pull back to this zone. This would be the best entry for bearish GU. This would be the best entry. 3245. That's about 30 something pips from the current market price. That will be the right time and price to. Any question? Do you have any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. If there are no questions, I would have to end this class. Mr. Joseph, do you have any question? Mr. Daniela, do you have any question? Mr. Ebenezer, Ebuka, do you have any question? Mr. Kola, do you have any question? I see your message on WhatsApp. I see your message. I was like, after the class, I will attend to your question on WhatsApp. I'll come on WhatsApp after the class, Mr. Kola. I think I've answered. Okay, I'll check. I've not read the message. I will check and I will reply after the class. All right, I place no question. I appreciate every one of you for your participation, and I wish you all a profitable trading day. Bye for now.